Dean, any lineup changes tonight?
Yeah, LeBanc is going to go in. I think I mentioned that after last game that he was going to play, and congratulations to him and his wife on having a baby. But yeah, he'll go in tonight. Harris will come out.
Damon Severson, I would make a second consecutive healthy stretch. You've been on record over and over about you have to earn it. Is that a situation where he needs to earn it?
Yeah, we've had a good chat. Him and I, and he understands what he needs to do when he gets back into the lineup, and we expect him to do that when he does get back in.
The road play is obviously a big thing here. You get another opportunity tonight. What's the message to your team to finally get on the right track there?
Yeah, the message was this morning that obviously we're very concerned about it. That we're playing, not one way at home, but we're having success at home and we're not in the road. But we have to, when things aren't going well, you have to do something a little bit extra, and that means extra to keep the puck out of the net. Certainly early in hockey games, to not have to chase games when you're out on the road. We want to play sound defensively. We'll worry about our offense, and we'll take our offense as it comes, which we do at home, and we keep the puck out of the net for the most part there. On the road, we make some pretty glaring mistakes and some stuff that is a little bit uncharacteristic of our group when we get out here, to not allow us to keep that game in check and close for us to have a chance at the end of hockey games.
That speaks to the importance of the forecheck, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the importance of everything, right? As our defensive zone coverage has to get tighter. We can't allow odd man rushes, and when you think back to the Boston game where we fed their offense and we fed their momentum, and they were able to carry it. And not that we played poorly, but we just made glaring mistakes that ended up in our net. We have to limit those. There's going to be mistakes, but it's the crucial ones and crucial times in games that don't allow us to have success out here.
Dean, how much of it is execution versus just mental, just getting in their head?
Yeah, probably mental. We've got to change our thought process. That's why, we talked to them on the ice today, and as coaches, I mean, we're racking our brain. What do we do? Do we do this? Do we do that? Do we go on the ice? Do we not go on the ice? Do we talk about this? Do we, have a little different meeting structure? All that kind of stuff. But end of the day, we have to play, consistently of how the Columbus Blue Jackets play in order for us to win hockey games.
Well, I think this was the first time on the road you've done a full morning skate. Was that maybe just to kind of change things up a little bit, or is that just how the schedule's fallen with yesterday?
A little of both. Have a little different look, but yeah, we wanted everybody on. Obviously we didn't skate yesterday, so it was just an opportunity to get everybody on the ice and together. We had a little teaching drill, and got our legs and hopefully our hands, and most importantly our heads ready to play tonight.
I think we just gotta play, like, I know it's maybe a little bit of a slang term, but like greasy road game. We gotta find a way to play simple, because obviously on the road you don't get the last change, they get the matchups, all of that. Like, that's stuff that matters. So you gotta be willing to make the play that's not as fun but is effective, and sometimes you just gotta punt it out and reset, and that's playing like a greasy road game. So whenever you don't have success on the road, that's kind of what you have to fall back on.
Yeah, Dean says you guys have talked about it. You've tried to try to find the right combinations. Is it just a matter of executing and just putting all the other stuff aside and just executing the way you do at home?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not even that complicated, honestly. It's just a matter of reading the game right and doing the right things out there. And you can't afford, especially on the road, you can't afford to have one mental lapse out there and try a play that's high risk, high reward. You gotta, if you're not sure, if you're not 100% on your play, you gotta just make the right easy play, and you want to grind teams out on the road. So we've been having a hard time doing that. Tonight's the night we change it.
You've only had half a dozen games or so, but does this game carry a little special interest for you? Because you grew up as a Pens fan, right?
Yeah, I grew up, watching Sid and Gino and Letang. It was kind of my childhood team, and I mean, got my cousin playing on other teams just across the way, so it's a pretty special night tonight for sure.
Who were your favorites? I mean, maybe just the three guys you mentioned, but who'd you follow? Who'd you idolize maybe here?
Yeah, mostly Sid. I really like watching Crosby. Like, I had Gino too. Those two guys were like, both of them. I loved them. I had Gino poster in my room like as a kid, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty cool to play against them tonight.
Yeah, so now you get to play against them, line up across the ice from them, kind of fulfilling a childhood dream, I would imagine. What's that going to be like for you? Or you just got to wait and find out?
Yeah, no, I mean, kind of try not to think about it too much. Pretty excited about it, but just going to go out there and treat it like a normal game, and there'll definitely be some moments though where I look over and see those guys and be like, yeah, this is what I dreamed of as a kid going up against these guys.
And then you add the fact that you got Owen out there, but that's going to be special for both of you guys tonight, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, just talking to him, it's pretty special for both of us to play each other. I mean, we spent a lot of time together the last couple of years, training together and playing with each other, as younger players, and it's a pretty cool moment to be able to play against them in an NHL game.
Yeah, just elaborate a little bit on that history between the two of you. Did you play on the same teams together? Did you play against one another when you were younger?
Yeah, in minor, very young, we played against each other, and then for bantam age, I think that's like U14. We played on the same team for I think 2 years, and then. Yeah, we both trained at the same spot the last couple of years, so we spend a ton of time together, and we've gotten to know each other really well.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
You already had the chance to play against some really good players in this league, but the challenge of facing a guy like Sidney Crosby and Malkin and stuff, are you excited to just kind of see how you stack up against those guys?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we've had good opponents in the last couple of games, but I mean, those guys are at the top of the league and they've been for a long time, so it'll be a good challenge tonight for me and the team.
Yeah. Does it feel like the game's slowing down, or do you feel like a little bit more of an NHL now that you've had some time under your belt, or just how's the progression going there as far as just getting used to being out there against the best?
Yeah, it's definitely you're starting to get a little bit more used to it. Looking at the lineups before the games and seeing the guys across from you and not just watching them on TV or whatever. Now you're playing against them, and I mean just try and treat it like any other game. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that, and it's it's helped slow it down for sure.